Okay, well, it seems that we've had a lot of people who were productive in getting Model 49 snow blowers and refurbishing them this year, so I thought I'd take a picture of how to mount up the Model 49 snow blower or movie here for you and show you that, because there's a couple little tricks to the trade, and one of the ones that you see here is that you want your tractor onto something solid, preferably concrete, but in my case I have a small shed where my blower sits. So I created a work surface with a piece of plywood, and the advantage of that is that the blower's on a furniture dolly, and I can use that to move it around back and forth to the tractor. So you'll see that here in a second. You want to prep your tractor up, make sure the air in the tires is all correct and everything on the front. Try and keep it as level as possible to the blower. You're going to want to take the front grill off. So we'll set that over here, and we want to start prepping the other pieces here. Get the hose ends off. Hopefully you stored your hoses with your ends on. And we'll see why we do it this way with the Okay, now you'll see and notice that I have the little wheel sitting directly on top of the PTO, and that's so that it'll pass through here without being underneath the hydraulic lines. That way you don't have any chance of hitting on those, so that's kind of the first thing I try to do. And you want to kind of line this up so that it's underneath of the tractor and line it up onto the tabs on the side down here. And with it sitting on the furniture dolly, you can tip it forward. No, you really don't want that to happen. Now we got one side on, but we didn't get the other side on. Now it's a little manual effort over here. But not bad. Certainly not as bad as trying to lift up the whole thing by yourself. So now would be when I would put on the hoses. I always tend to not get these right the first time. Normally the back one's on the inside, and then the front one's on the outside. Okay. So you'll see that it's tabbed up. The top tabs haven't dropped in place yet, but now I want to try and lift it up, see if I can get it up off that furniture dolly. Okay, so we're in here now, and you've got the belts on the pulleys. And I'll see if we can zoom in here a little tighter. And you should have the, when you first put it in, the belt goes straight around the big pulley, straight down to the little pulley with the little PTO wheel on the outside of the belt. When you tighten the arm, which is right here, to that idler pulley, which is always a little bit of fun, you got to keep that thing around the belt when you're tightening it. Okay. And you want to make sure that you don't get your fingers caught in this thing right here. This will take a finger off when you set it. So you got to be real careful at this point right here. You can see that the idler wheel's now squeezing the belt over. And this belt's not the tightest belt in the world, although it should be okay. There's not a lot of tension on this one. Probably a size too big because this was on my 318 last year. So I learned something myself today. Always check and make sure when you get a different tractor that you don't have a different belt to put on it. So, but it does run, and it does turn the snow blower. We'll see that here in a second. Okay, I have a little bit of a different rod setup than most people do. And I'll show you this, because I think it's probably one of the best little things I've modded to my tractor, or at least to the snowblower, since I've had them. And I actually got one this way on a 37 model that was with my 200 series tractors when I had them. And you can see the end of that right there. Now, how many of you have hated working with those rods that come on the John Deere tractor? Now all I got to do is get my Allen wrench, tighten those 3 Allen sets up, and I'm good to go. And that's how easy it is to put my rod on and off. And I don't have any special arms on my snowblower at all anymore. It just goes right through my vinyl here on the cab and is loose up in the cab, and that little U right there is what holds my snowblower handle in place, so I don't have to have any brackets on the snowblower. So it works pretty well for me. So that's really the end of it. Hopefully this will help anybody that's been wondering how to put the snowblower on their 318 or their 322 or 332s, 316s, all the 300 series. Thank you.